I'm going to show you how to make my smoked chipotle ginger mussels in a sauce that you'll want plenty of bread to go dipping with. I'm also going to show you my green curry coconut mussels with a hint of lemongrass. It's saucy, it's delicious, and I'm going to show you the secret to getting rid of all the gristly bits and cooking mussels perfectly. They look pretty good, right? Let's get cooking. What do we need? 2 cups of coconut cream, a cup of white wine, a teaspoon of green curry paste. You can buy that from most Asian type stores or even vegetable stores. Kaffir lime leaf, that's optional. 1 stalk of lemongrass, 1 lime, half a yellow onion, and a bunch of coriander and a couple of kilos of beautiful New Zealand green lip mussels. When selecting your mussels, try not to buy broken ones or ones that are open. And when they are open like this, you want to see that they're alive. You should be able to flick them and see it closes. That guy is well and truly alive. You could also drizzle some cold water into the mussel, and if it's alive, it'll close up. Grab a large pot or casserole pan, get it on the heat, get the heat up high and get the white wine in there. You want that bubbling fiercely before you put the mussels in. Now, most people make the mistake of overcooking mussels. You just need them to open a touch. Put a lid on and let them cook in there for a couple of minutes. Have a look, give them a bit of a shuffle round, and start looking for ones that are just popping open. They just need to pop open. They don't need to open wide up because they'll be dry and overcooked. So the minute they start popping, have a bowl ready, have a pair of tongs, and start getting them out of the pot. Don't go away and do any Facebook or like or subscribe my channel while you're doing this, because you've got to stay focused. As soon as they open, just like that, they'll pop open. Get them into a bowl, and then we'll let them cool down before we start pulling all those gristly bits out that just normally get stuck in your teeth. Doesn't take long. Some will take a little longer than others. If there is any that do not open, discard them. You don't want to use ones that don't open because it means they might have been dead before you started to cook them. And we're going to save all that beautiful white wine. In the restaurants, I would use Nolly Prat or dry vermouth, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to strain it there so I get any little bits of shell or nasty bits out. We'll leave these rascals to cool down while we make our sauce. To flavour our sauce carefully with the back of the knife, we are going to crush our lemongrass stalk. Just like that. Then slice the lemongrass stalk lengthways. This is going to help us get the flavour out while it's cooking in the sauce. Next up, grab half an onion, slice it up thinly. If you're not going to use the other half for something else, throw it in the freezer in a bag, and you can make my bone broth soup with the prawns and coconut. Give the pot you used to clean the mussels a quick clean, get some extra virgin olive oil in there with the onions you've sliced, the lemongrass you've crushed. Give them a good saute over a medium heat while stirring for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to get the green curry paste in. You can get that from most supermarkets or Asian stores. While stirring, cook your green curry paste for about a minute and then hit it with your coconut cream. I'm using cream instead of milk because it's going to make a much better consistency for our sauce, and you'll thank me when you go dipping in there with bread. Get the juice that you've strained off, that you cooked the mussels in, into the coconut cream. That's going to be the salt component because it'll be a little bit salty from the water that came out of the mussels. Now I'm putting the kaffir lime leaf in. See, I'm giving it a bit of a scrunch up. Now, that is optional, but it does add that extra little bit of flavour. I'm literally going to bring this up to a simmer and let it tick away for about 5 minutes. Let's get chopping, people. There's a spring onion. Can you chop it as fast as that? Well, I've sped it up, haven't I? Anyway, once you've chopped it up, grab your lime, cut it in half. It looks a bit like a lemon, but it is a lime, and it's a juicy one at that, ready for our sauce. The mussels are cooked, so let's prepare them. But the key here is to pull the mussel apart, get rid of the shell, and leave that piece behind attached to the shell because it's gristly and not going to taste good at all. Then open the mussel up and grab these little guys here and pull them out. Your pussycat will love them. If you eat them with your mussel, they'll just get stuck in your teeth. And then you've got this beautiful mussel left here like that. You've got a big pot of these guys to do, so if you've got any kids, enlist their support. It's a good thing to teach them. Here's my daughter having a crack here, and you can see how she's going to get her little fingers in there. There's the beard still attached, and she's getting all those gristly bits with her fingers. They're pinching them and just pulling them out. Discard those or give them to your pussycat. Won't be long, and they'll have them all done for you. Look at all that mussel juice left. Let's get it into the sauce. Now our sauce is cooled down. You can see it's quite thick, and that's just perfect because with a sieve and all that juice that's left from our mussels that collected in the bottom of the bowl, let's strain it in there, and that will have our sauce at just the right consistency when we heat it up. I like to prepare the mussels the day before the sauce and everything, and then have them ready to go in before our guests arrive. And then when they arrive, it's just going to be a case of bringing the heat up and heating them up. Don't need to boil them, they're all cooked. It's just get them just before the boil. And lastly, some coriander, leaving behind the stalks. Now you've added your pre-prepared mussels, your coriander, your lime juice, and spring onion. You're ready to heat it up or put it in the fridge for the next day. Entirely up to you. But the important thing is when you heat it up, you just bring it to a ticking simmer like that for 2 to 3 minutes. No longer, otherwise you'll end up overcooking the mussels. You can pull the lemongrass out, but I'd like leaving it in because I take the whole pot to the table. They are delicious. The sauce consistency is wonderful. You'll need some bread so you can go dipping in there. But I think it's now time for me to show you another mussel dish. Mussels are an incredibly affordable way to impress your guests. And the next mussel dish I'm going to show you how to make, I used to do in my restaurant. It was incredibly popular. Greenlet mussels in a smoked chipotle and ginger butter. So easy. Get a bit of wine, maybe a cup of wine, into a pot. Get it bubbling away like that. Get your mussels in. Lid on. And we just want them to open up. There we go, they're starting to open up. You can see there just how wide I've allowed them to open before I get them out.
So many girls.
Maybe the orange ones are the girls and those are the boys.
Oh, now I got a boy. Yay, finally I got a girl.
Now, thanks to my helper, my mussels have been prepared and all those gristly bits that get stuck in your teeth have been removed. And you will see that some juice comes out of the mussels, which will go to the bottom of the pot. And this is going to be the magic that we will actually put into our sauce. And it's pretty easy, right? It's butter, grated ginger, and smoked chipotle Tabasco with some chopped up parsley. Once the sauce or the butter and the smoked chipotle and the ginger is completely melted, turn it off. You're ready with your mussels, they're ready to go in. We'll chop some parsley, and then what we'll do is put the mussels in to our butter sauce, Let them heat up. Last minute goes the parsley. Don't forget to add the juice that came out of the mussels. That will emulsify the sauce. You've just got to get those mussels hot and they're ready to serve. And you've got to serve it with your favourite bread because you're going to want to mop that sauce up. It's delicious. There you go, my YouTube friends. 2 recipes for the price of 1. Join in the chat below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Well, if they all put it something,
See you
you
guys.
want to swap. Yeah.
Please can the kids come with the mums?
I want to do that for ages.